Get started. We're running a little bit late, but I wanted to take the opportunity just to pause and to thank everybody for your tremendous work and your effort. The Congresswoman wants to raise a toast to all of the committee members who were a part of this effort, who made this a tremendous success. And I'm going to give her the opportunity to do that. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you that worked with us over the last 2 months for the tremendous work you did, the effort you put in, the energy you gave, the vision you showed, all the work that you did to make this a tremendous success. And we're excited about your commitment to this cause. And we're excited about moving forward in the future for many, many years to come. And we want to take the opportunity to thank Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee for the vision. Let's give her vision and for the message in the halls of Congress and throughout all the halls of Washington and the nation's capital. We expect soon to be able to have the walls ringing and have the president join us for one of our next celebrations. And so we're grateful to her. We're grateful to the other sponsors in the Congress. We're grateful to the senators in the United States Senate. We're grateful to Carl Davis and the foundation. Let's give him a round of applause. Who is implementing this vision. And I want to invite Mr. Davis to come up, and he's going to introduce our Congresswoman, who is a battlefield warrior on the field for gospel music. And we're excited about what she's doing. Let's welcome Carl Davis, the chair of the Gospel Music Conference.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I want to first of all thank Ron and the DC Host Committee for all the work they've done in making this a success. But I could not, stand here alone with the Congresswoman and not acknowledge the leadership of Jazzy Joy, my co-chairperson. Jazzy had the vision to take it to this level. And under the leadership of Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, we were able to take it to this level. And I applaud him for his vision, his endurance, and his tenacity to make this a success. Give a round of applause for my co-chair. But without Jazzy and I could not do it alone, nor Ron. We had to have a leader. Someone who's a trailblazer, someone who's making a difference not only in the city of Houston, but across this nation. Someone who is a household name because she has the tenacity to speak up and speak out. I am indeed honored to be here with her today and call her my friend, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
God is good. You know how rich our history is, how many of us have come through those valleys and mountains where those who were not bloodline were brothers and sisters. We took in members, and I just want to thank my brother, not by blood, but certainly by the long-standing friendship we've had. Would you give your hands up again for Carl Davis? I also want to thank Ron and this wonderful committee. There are names that I'm going to be calling in a moment, but we're in your home. Washington, D.C. is your home. And you're absolutely right. In a conference call, maybe 2 months ago, you all rose to the occasion. And I call this the way we family work. Not good English, but good sense. The way we as family work. We need you, and you came a-calling. It is appropriate in the year of 10 years that we finally opened the mall to Martin Luther King Jr., that we walk the walk. And gospel music was part of that walk. As a former employee of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, as someone who registered people to vote in those days in South Carolina and North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, on the second go-round. These are the songs we heard we heard these songs of inspiration to keep the movement going. If you study your history, you will know that the slaves on plantations sang in order to give word that somebody was escaping to the next plantation. They'd rally around the pastor, the preacher man, and they'd start singing, "Come by here, my Lord, come by here," with no music, but it would give brother so-and-so, whatever his name, or sister so-and-so, the passage to the next plantation. I want this Gospel Music History Month and Heritage Month not to belong to me, but to belong to all of you. Belong to your ancestors, your grandmothers and grandfathers, your church musicians, the people who played on old broke-down pianos, or where you just sang a cappella. I'm delighted to have someone like Jazzy Jordan who has nurtured the good old-fashioned music, but each day he keeps finding new talent. It's exciting, isn't it? And it's exciting that young people are coming into this whole journey of history. We're delighted, Ron, to have had your committee. I wanted to call them all by name. I think I have a list here. Before I do that, I want to thank this genius of a man, Ernest Walker, who is our producer. And we are sharing him across the nation. So there's something about a ragtag group, and I am not ashamed of calling us that. Look where we are, in the Kennedy Center. We are truly, as our Master of Ceremonies said, of Dr. King said, we are mutually related and interrelated. And we are a people that believes in the promised land. Let me tell you something, friends, as a politician, and as Barbara Jordan said, not afraid to be called one, just want to be called a darn good one. These are some days that we have never seen. Go back and read your books on not only emancipation, which we like to read, but read Reconstruction. Reconstruction is when we ruled this place. Governors and senators and congresspersons of African descent were in the United States Congress. Folk looked up and said, "What is this?" And began to unfold the worst attack on people of color that you have probably seen. Yes, slavery was bad. There is no doubt. I do not compare it. But when you had risen and been freed and had fought in the Civil War, and you had been senators, and you've been governors, and you've been congresspersons, and then all of a sudden, Jim Crow came. And so we have been a people who have seen the ups, Dr. Lemons, and we have seen the downs. And don't you believe that our music has carried us through? Yes. Our words and our music and our musicians and our music teachers. And now today in our schools across America, there's no room at the end for music and art. And so we have an obligation to keep our history. We want this to be taught not as religion in our schools. We want our children to understand it is a heritage of America. And let me say this, Latinos are singing it, Asians are singing it, we know that Caucasians are singing it, and we know where it came from. And so let us cherish it, as Dr. King recognized how we are all one. But as I said, we're going to need a lot of good gospel music. So I want to toast as I call out the names of this wonderful committee. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you understanding that this was not just a gospel show to the Soul Seven. Do I have it right?
Yes, Seven
Sons of Soul. This is not just your gospel music. Somewhere you have a story to tell about how you come to be you. And that's what gospel music heritage is about. Ron, thank you for offering this up. So let me toast, let me do it all together. Beverly Griggs for believing in us. ANC Dion, and raise your hand if you're in the room. Right here. All right, let's applaud her, please. ANC Dion T. Jones, if you're in the room. Thank you. Come on, guys. You got your hands are empty. Let's applaud. Jennifer Roundtree, if you're in the room. Christian Centeno, you're in the room. Here. Thank you. Deacon Rundy Beasley. Thank you. Marcus Figueroa III. Thank you. Ron L. Magnan, of course, Esquire, the chair. All right. Reverend Anthony Moday. if you're in the room. Thank you. Jared Sawyers. Franklin Garcia. And Devion Enrico, forgive me for these pronunciations. ANC Douglas Smith Sr. And Yvonne Hollington, I'm sorry, where is that? Right here. Okay, let's get it right. Yvonne Hollington, thank you. Oh, show it to me so I can say it right. Okay. Yvonne Howerton, let's give her a big applause. And to all of the Houstonians that are here, I called your name, so I love you. Y'all raise your hands. Everybody. Everybody. All right. I hope you all will use Facebook to tell the story of what we're trying to convey. Houston, take it home so we can take it across America. So let us toast our grand committee. And before I do that, since I've got a pledge, did I miss someone? Okay, so I should... Okay, because I thought the checks were the ones I should read. Okay, so I should just keep going. Solomon Sparrow. All right. Diana Waters. Phil Bishop. Reverend Dr. James Coleman. Cheryl Jackson. Reverend Tony Lee. Kenny Taylor. G. Vernon White. Winston Cheney. Aaron King.
Yes.
Anthony Avery. Bobby Burwell. Desmond Maurice, and the Honorable Regina Thomas, my friend Professor Latanya Rem. All right, did I miss anyone? Don't be shy. Miss anybody?
Big round of applause.
All right. And it is my privilege to be able to thank those who cherish history as much as I believe we should.